How did you get into music?
I went inside this reality show. It was called Okārtas skatuve, and on the third day I understand this is the live singing competition. Every Friday there's like professional musicians. I was like shaky. I remember I went in the toilet and I was like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do?
Do you write songs about somebody or about a situation?
I went through really difficult times with some people in my past, so I wrote the songs about them, but they're really like really harsh.
You grew up, it was Soviet times, yeah?
Yeah, it was really hard, yeah. Because there are people who are asking you questions about your sexuality and pointing your fingers and calling you the names. I like boys or I like girls, and I don't know.
Hello, welcome back to Vulgar Conversations. Today I'm with Kasher here. He gave us a great talk about different subjects. One of my favorite subjects about the artist process. He does photos, he's into fashion, into music, into many things. Now he's doing TV shows and not only in front of the camera, but behind the camera. And he's sharing very personal things and inspiring ideas for all of you guys. Hope you have a blast. First of all, thank you for coming, man. I'm gonna tell you, the most exciting thing for me right now is that I had no idea who you were. You know, I'm not a local, yeah. But I went and saw what you're doing. And I was very impressed. I love the work that you're doing as an artist. The first thing that I wanted to know is how's your artistic process? How are you thinking? How do you get those things? Inspirations, ideas on this?
Yeah, I will start with this, that my surname is Blooms Blumenis. Okay. And in German it's like Bloom Blumenmann, which is flower man. Okay. So basically my, I would say, like the goal in my life is to bloom, to inspire, to be creative, and this is actually what I'm doing. And basically what I'm doing, I don't know if it's like short movies or if it's pictures or production, I'm always trying to inspire people. Okay. and to make a little bit this sad world a little bit more beautiful with all these kind of creations, like you said, with balloons, with the flowers, with projections. So this is my main goal, to make basic things like more beautiful.
Do you have like a process? Like, how do you come up with the ideas?
Usually when I'm sleeping, I have a small book, a notebook beside my bed. So when I'm sleeping, I usually wake up and then I have some ideas and it's like, oh my gosh, I want this, and I write it down. So basically I'm writing all the ideas down, but I have been working in this field for many years, so these ideas are usually just coming on the spot. I'm also right now working as a creative director in one company, and it's always in me, and it's always coming, and you are saying just one theme and it's like, oh my gosh, we can do this. It's just, I have developed my mind just to always to be in the process, to work, to create, so it's...
You have the muscle trained.
Yeah, the muscle is trained.
Yeah. Because it does work like that. I have realized within myself that when I'm, the more you're looking for something, the more you tend to find it.
Yes.
Okay. When you say creative director, that you're working right now as a creative, like, can you give me a little bit more of an example? What is the job?
Yeah, right now I'm working as a creative director in one company where we are producing TV shows. Okay. And right now we are working on 2 TV shows, one in China, one in Philippines. Hopefully it will be the next year we will shoot there. Okay. So I like really this job, and I'm working there only for 1 month, and this is the first job in ages where I'm working under some people. But I really like this experience, and I really enjoy this process, because through this process and through this creativity I can move more people, I can inspire more people through the TV, and this is what I want. I want to inspire. I feel that I have some kind of this gift from God or from universe, and I want to put in like real job, and through this experience I can move more people, and I want to do that. Yeah.
Okay. What were you doing before the TV shows that you're working on?
I have been doing like a lot of things and stuff, something connected with fashion, with style, with also with hosting in TV kind of shows. Okay. And if you ask me who I am, I don't know still. I'm still searching. I'm 37 years old and I'm still searching who I am. And I cannot tell one answer who I am, because right now in this stage of my life, I'm searching myself, still trying to find the answers to my questions and still trying to understand who am I and what is my purpose in this life. So right now I'm just putting myself in all kind of directions where my heart beats stronger, and I want to find myself, and that's why I do the things which I love. I like fashion, I like style, I like singing, I like all kind of these things.
Okay.
You know, and maybe sometimes it's really stupid because, you know, when I was in the school, always our teacher told you have to choose one thing and you have to focus on this one thing.
The same to me.
Yeah. But I somehow escaped that, and I'm just focusing on different things, and these different things helps me to involve myself and helps me to become more better person, because through all of these things I'm becoming who I am, and I really enjoy, and I don't tell myself no on this and that. I like that, I'm doing that, I like that, I'm doing that. So and that's why I'm saying that I'm artist, because under this name you can put so many things under it.
Yep.
And for me it's like, oh, thanks. Like,
is there one of the disciplines that you prefer, that you gravitate more towards to?
I like to work with my brain and my creativity. And this is what I like. I like that there is some theme and I have to think about some creative ways how to express that. And I like to use my brain and just to work in these, in all kind of, these could be different kind of ways how I can express myself through the TV show or through the fashion or style or pictures. I like just to work with the brain.
The pictures are really good. I'm a photographer too. I was impressed. I was like, damn, I need to level my game up. First of all, you have a very good sense of aesthetics, because
thank you so much.
I was seeing the textures, how are you putting the light, the poses, the things that you do, the color palette, the thing. I'm like, oh, this is good. Because, you know, one of the things that happens to me, I don't know if it happens to you, it's like when I'm seeing other people, I feel a lot of people are doing the same. That some trend comes and then everybody does the same, and I get very bored very quickly. And I think it's because of social media, because something cool comes and then everybody's doing the same photo, and you see it across 25,000 photographers. Somebody likes film and then everybody's shooting on film, and I do the same. I'm not gonna be, but that's why I feel it's very hard to keep a sense of identity of something different. And I think when I see your things, it's there.
There is actually one unwritten rule which I am following. It applies not only for the photography but also for the videos. If my eye sees that it's beautiful, then the outcome of the film or outcome of the picture should be more beautiful. Because if my eye see it's beautiful and then in the picture it's not that beautiful, then there's something wrong with the photographer, or there's something wrong with the filmmaker.
I'm gonna tell you, it has happened to me now that you're saying it, that I've been doing photos and I had this makeup artist and she was very good at using the iPhone. And you know, the iPhone now is, you know, like the camera is just ridiculous, And it also has the thing that it makes it on time. So for example, if I do a photo, I have to process it to make it look how I wanna at the end. The iPhone is doing it in real time. And I'm like, how is this lady making better photos that I'm doing with the camera? I felt so bad. I'm kind of going through my head because you said something about that your teachers used to tell you just concentrate on one. And they did the same to me. Like I remember specifically one, you just gotta pick one thing. Would you think that's good advice, bad advice moving forward? If somebody young would come, what would you advise?
Of course, on one point I'm thinking if you choose one thing and you master it, this one thing, you become like really good in this one thing. But you know, each person in this life has different purposes, and I know my purpose, and I know that I have to, in this life, I want to try all kind of interesting things. I want to be good in all kind of things. So at the end, I can sum these things up, and then I can work in this field where I am now. That I can see the angles, I can see how the person is dressed, I can see what I want to say with it. So I'm mastering all kind of these to create this one with whom I'm working right now. So this is my purpose, but I don't know if it's better that if I would choose like fashion, I'm really working only to the fashion, probably I would be like famous in the whole world. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I have been choosing to try all these experiences because I like to challenge myself, and I really easily get bored when I get from the things or from these experiences. I get everything what I can, and then when it starts to do the same and I see the rhythm and that, I get like really bored, and I need again next one where I can grow and develop myself. And this is who I am, and this I have been struggling through the years to understand that, but I have found that this is who I am, and I like all the time in all of these experiences to grow. And if I don't grow, then I quit and I go to the next one where I can grow. Okay. This is me. Yeah.
We share that because I'm like that. I do feel you're saying that maybe if you would have concentrated something, you would have made it further. I do feel that if you do more, it takes longer.
Yeah.
Yeah, because for me, my movie took me 17 years to do it, bro.
17 years? Oh, but you did it. Woo!
Yeah, that's the thing. Like a high five for that. That's the thing. Once you make it, you're like, okay, well, it happened. Now I can go. But at the beginning, I was kind of, it was tough because I felt at some moment, is this going to happen ever? Mm-hmm. Because I've been saying that I'm making a movie for 17 years. Can you imagine my friends? They'll be like, okay, yeah, of course you are. You know, at some moment you stop believing, and I get it, yeah? Do you also write? How is that process for you?
Right now, I'm also like working on some of the songs because I also try to sing, and right now I'm doing that only for myself. But I write some thoughts, and I write some lyrics, and through this, I also somehow get to know myself more, and it's really interesting process because through song and through lyrics you can put everything in the songs. I can put also these negative thoughts and negative feelings and so on. And I have written some songs, and I'm a little bit afraid to publish them because they are really intimate, they are really personal, they are really like, and I'm sometimes a little bit ashamed that it's too much I have said in these songs. But it's also like a part of the process and part of knowing myself and growing and finding who I am, and it's really interesting. That's why I also like trying to find myself also in this experience, writing songs. Also, it's an interesting experience.
I have one question. I wrote the 3 main songs of the movie. I wrote them, and I performed 2 of them.
Okay.
But I have a question. Do you write songs about somebody or about a situation?
Okay, I went through really difficult times with some people in my past, so I wrote the songs about them, but they're really like, they're really harsh. And then, of course, I know that I cannot publish them because everybody will know about which person is that song. But when I listened to that song, I get that was that time. Now I feel totally different about the situation. But when I was in the pain, I wrote everything out, and it was a little bit like a relief, and I felt good. But yeah, it's about the people, it's about the situations, it's about where I want to be in the future. It's about letting some things go and just. Yeah, last song I wrote, I really like that song, and probably I will also publish that song. Okay. It's about finding again who I am, and something like that, to get
like
the strength.
Self-journey.
Self-journey, finding and embracing who I am and who I'm becoming. And after the hard times always comes the good times, and it's like, it's life. It's the ups and downs, good and bad.
I write songs about people, straight up. It's just so much easier because I just go and say what I go to. This is how I felt. This is what you did. You know what you did, and then the conclusion of the song, however it's gonna be. So that's a little bit of my process. But you were saying, I don't know if I should put it. Of course, you have to put it. Well, I'm of the belief of, because I understand what you're saying, that you have outgrown certain things, So, for example, I have this very negative song about somebody. I don't feel the same way again, but I know that there are people going through something similar, and that kind of gives them something to...
Yeah. And it's also like the journey of me, myself, my thoughts about my emotions, and We'll see. Maybe I will someday. I will be brave enough just to release that, and then I will close my eyes, close the Instagram, close my laptop, and just like, oh my gosh, what I did. But we'll see, because it's also part of my journey. Some people are writing books about the past, about the people, what happened. Maybe I will put, I don't know, disc about, album about all what happened in 5 years. Maybe this will be, it depends how you wrap it and how you give to the people. And maybe it will be my 5 years time.
How did you get into music?
Actually, it's like a very interesting story, because around 14 years ago, I came back from Zambia. I was a volunteer there for half of the year, and I was just walking on the street and I saw the line of the people. And then in this line of the people, there was one friend which I know, and I was like, what is happening? What are you standing there? What is? And he told that this is a cast for musical. And they are casting for musical, and they are searching for some TV show, but for like actors. Then I said, oh my gosh, I have experience and I want just to be actor. Okay, I will go. And I also stand in that line. And then I found out that you have to sing 2 songs, one in Latvian, one in English, and 2 only songs which I know was one from the school. One was R. Kelly, I Believe I Can Fly. So I sung these songs, and then there was the second part, and there was something, I don't know, there was interview. And then the third part, they say that I'm the part of this reality show, and I went inside this reality show. It was called Okartas Skatuve, and on the third day, I understand this is the live singing competition. Every Friday, there is like professional musicians in the jury, and they will, in front of all Latvia, and they will just check how you sing, how you have developed. And then I was like shaky. I remember I went in the toilet. And I was like, oh my gosh, what I was gonna do? And I decided that I created this persona, ego, which is called Kasher, which is like the known name like Latvia, because I was Kasper's. And then I created discussion, and I told myself that I have to decide something. And I decided, okay, I will be a showman in the show, and I will be like, I will do all kind of stupid stuff and so on. So I will be basically the showman. So discussion was wild. It was crazy. He didn't care. He was like always with this fashion, with interesting like clothes, and and people liked that. And at the end I was in the finals, and at the end I get like the card where they cannot vote me out of the show, because every week one person was going away and one new was coming up, and I was always standing on these lines where the people were voting. I was in the bottom, everything. Oh, this is crazy. I was in the bottom, but always the people vote me in, so always I stay at the end, and at the end they give me the card, they cannot vote me out. So, and at the end I was in this musical, I was an actor, and we were traveling in Latvia, so this is the beginning of that.
Wow.
Yeah, this is the story of the singing.
Wow, I had no idea. But that's crazy. But what is crazy is that you had the idea of like, I'm just gonna create like
because I was like, I didn't know what to do, because I knew that as a Kasper's there, like this boring country guy, I cannot get through all this. I have to figure out something. I need strategy. I need something to come up. And I come up with this idea that, I will be this funny guy, which everybody will love and everybody will laugh at. And it really worked. And it helped me after that in career also.
Okay, but that's cool. And did you continue doing music after that, or how?
And after that, because it was actually, by statistics, it was one of the most watched shows in reality shows in Latvia. I was for 4 months. It was like something like a Big Brother, but with the singing. And when I came out of the show, like I became, I don't know, I didn't know. It was like crazy. The world, everybody knew me. It was like I became famous, and I go on the street and everyone was like, Kasher, Kasher. And then I didn't know what to do with that. And I had like 1 year depression time because I didn't know what to do with that, what to do, because I'm not singer. And then I started to create myself slowly, things by things, step by step. But I also started just to little bit to start to work on my voice, and I started to go to the teachers and develop that. And time to time I put something out, but like most of the stuff I haven't, and I'm still preparing myself because I got in this TV show a lot of traumas. Actually, never I remember any episode when I was singing, it was totally blackout. I don't remember anything when I was on this TV show.
Wow.
Never. I remember only the time when I was so stressed like this when I go on the stage. I don't remember anything. And then I remember after that when people are interviewing how was your performance, and I don't remember anything. And I haven't watched any of these performances because I'm scared to see because it was really, really dark mental moment. It was for me because I haven't watched that, but I know that I have to watch and I have to make research is what happened there because I really totally blocked myself.
Well, they say that after you turn 40, a lot of traumatic memories start popping in your head.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm ready for that.
You'll be ready. How did fame hit you at the beginning?
Yeah, so it was really dark period of time because I was reading these comments because nobody after the show, nobody told you how you can deal with that and how you can cope with all of the situation. And I was before like a guy from a small country aside, which is called Talsi, a very nice place.
Been there, yes.
Oh yeah, you have been there. Okay,
nice,
so I come from this place.
Okay.
And then I'm in Riga, and then you are in the front of the TV and in front of the people in the cameras, and then you go out and everybody just knows you and everybody wants to take a picture with you. And I was like, oh, but what is happening? I'm just a normal guy. Why do you? And then you start to read these comments and everybody is saying that you're shit and you're like this and that and that. And I'm starting to believe that. And I started to believe that I'm just the most stupidest person on the planet. And then at some point after 1 year, of course there were so many drugs, alcohol, because I didn't know how to cope with that. And after 1 year I understand I cannot continue my life like this. I want just to be normal. I want one normal day in my life. So I started to read books, I started to transform myself, I started to go to retreats, I started to really work within myself. And once you start to work and build yourself from like really scratch, you start to understand that you start to watch who are these people who are commenting all these things, and then you put on the profile picture and you see that this is the woman from some kind of countryside, and you check her profile on Facebook, and then you see that, oh my gosh, but there is most of the pictures this woman is together with alcohol or with a glass with vodka. And then I started, but why I take this comment from this woman so serious? Why? I don't know her and she doesn't know me, and I started to build this, and at the end, like, it took me some years because it was really, really tough, but I worked on that, and after some years I realized that I have my 4 people,
your closer
circle, whom I trust, whom I can always ask, and they are always like the biggest critics, but I really take serious what they say, and these are my people, and I trust them, and I don't trust the people who just want to say something negative and of course negative critic is also very good, but I really analyze who are saying that and from whom I'm listening this critic.
Of course.
And then I make this small circle, and I really imagine that I have this transparent wall around me, and all the comments are like coming and going back. And this is how I have made this vision about me, about these comments. And I believe that, and I don't let anything negative inside of me, only if I want, but it depends only on me. And so right now I'm really in good place. I don't let, and I analyze, and there's a filter whom I'm letting in and whom I'm not letting in. So, but it has been like a work of many, many years.
Okay. But so you would advise for people that are going through experiences to have like a close circle.
Yeah.
That is the people that you trust and you hear about.
Yes, and also I like this. There is this saying that the average of 4 people with whom you are communicating the most is you. And that's why I'm always analyzing who are these 4 people around me. And because basically this is also me, because we are all the time communicating, we have these thoughts and ideas and emotions and so on. So I'm really, I'm checking whom I'm letting in, and I'm very strong about this, who are coming and who are going from my life.
Good. Yeah, well, I believe in teams, and surrounded yourself with the best people you can find. That's the best way I could put it. Do you feel it's hard for an artist to be in relationships in general than, I don't want to say that we're not normal people, but than the classical normal people?
I think yes, because if you are a known person here, for example, in Latvia, then always like the person who will be together with you will be your like my plus one. It will always be, and for example, if we break up, then always this person, and it's really, really sad, and that's why when I go into the relationship, I'm always talking about this because it's really important issue. If something will happen, if we will break up, you have to know that always you will be Kasher's ex.
Yeah.
And I hate that, but it is like this, that always other people will presume this person, oh, you are the ex of Kasher, or you are ex, and I hate that, but it is, and always I said to these people, they know what they are committing to, and this is that, and also the other part is that always, for example, if we go out, there is this attention to me, to us, to our...
To what you're doing.
And there have been also some issues, and I've been talking about that, and also on my Instagram, for example, I was with my husband, we went to a beach, and we had a normal day, we just wanted to go away from the people to the beach on Saturday with the dog, and we just enjoy our time, and then there is one person who is filming from the bush with a phone camera in TikTok. Oh my gosh, these gays, look at those gays, blah, 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 blah. Wow. And this is what you have to, also that person, I can deal with these things because I know I have been go through, but that person who haven't deal with this extra attention and this, that person should be really, really strong and tough because he also takes...
I will go and punch them.
Yeah, but I didn't know. I just saw only after that on TikTok, and I was talking about that. It's like really, it's so stupid that people are doing that. But also that person should be really, really strong. And also when we are going together, there's some interview person who always not asking the question to me, but also the question to the other person. Then it's like this. But that's why that person should be also like willing to communicate, to be open. To be, the person should be really, really strong, and this is
I had never thought about it. When it comes to fashion, I've never been too much into fashion because, well, you see how I'm dressed, you see how you're dressed. Clearly, you're more into fashion than I am. No, but I do feel that it's a gift. I'm very functionality. I just want to wear the same all the time. I don't want to think about it too much. It needs to feel comfortable. You know, that's why, you know, I went to school when I was studying film. I had to carry heavy stuff. And at the beginning, I would buy these cute t-shirts and then they're all ruined. And I'm like, my heart is broken. So I went for functionality. Question, how did you get into fashion?
Actually, in the show, it also started. Of course, my mom has always been a huge inspiration for me. When I was little, she was like, you know, the queen of clothes. And I remember my father had in a shelf, he has like small, you know, like this. And my mom, this shelf, this closet, that closet. And she has always been like. The person whom I looked, and she always looked nice, and she had a lot of dresses and so on. She was being so inspiring when I was younger. But then I remember when I was in the school, and I really didn't understand my sexuality, and there were so many questions about who I am in this life and so on. So basically the style was the only thing where I can find myself and where can I see myself. And I fell down because I didn't know, and everybody were asking me questions and I didn't know the answers and so on. So style was, clothes and fashion was the only way how I can feel myself. And even when I fell down, for example, today was really bad day in the morning, so I dressed like this because when I dress like this, I want to smile, I want to be inspiring. And when I walk on the street, I see people are smiling. While I was coming to you, there were like 4 people who were coming and saying good things like, oh, you look nice, or were smiling, and I see that I can make a smile. So while I'm making smile to other people, I also make smile to myself, and I start to feel better. So clothes and fashion has always helped me to feel better in those times when I was feeling really dark and down. And it was starting in the school time. And then also in this TV show, which I told you about, I understand that I have to somehow stand out. So
Okay.
the fashion, the clothes, this will be my way. And then it started like this, and then I started to evolve. But when I check, like for example, 10 years ago, how I was dressing, oh my, it's like, but it's also a part of me,
Of course,
of who I am, of
yeah,
my
yeah.
journey. But it's
hard.
I will make a book at some point with really funny pictures. And now I'm going actually to the schools, and I'm talking also about the style, about the fashion, and I'm showing these pictures, and I'm showing also to these kids that you don't have to be afraid of who you were, because and I'm showing these pictures, and I'm laughing together with these kids how I was dressing, and at that time I was thinking it's the best. Oh my gosh, I look so fabulous. But now I'm just saying, it was like, oh my gosh, what was in my mind? But this was part of that, and you have to embrace also these moments in life, and because this is who makes you who you are now.
One question: How do you feel about the fashion scene in Latvia?
What I'm feeling is that we have a lot of really good artists and fashion designers, and I wish that government, or I don't know, some NVOs or something, give us more money to these young designers, and because I know a lot of really good people who are making so beautiful things, but it always stops because of the money. Usually these artists are investing their own money, and you invest your own money, then you sell, then you these outcomes which you get from selling, you invest again, and it's like a cycle and cycle and cycle and cycle. It's really hard to get out. So I would like that there's more investments and in these artists, so they can grow and evolve and go outside a little bit also from Latvia.
Would you say that sex is very out of the arts here, that you don't see it too much, or how do you feel?
I think because the generations are changing right now, people, especially younger generation, are more willing to talk about these themes. Because when I was growing, nobody were talking about that. I didn't know at 18 years how is like sex made, was happening, because nobody taught that, and I didn't know. And I remember when I was something like 15, 16 years, I was of course I had these questions, and I will tell you one like really funny story. What my parents did is like, but also when I was talking, with mom, how children are made or something like that, they were like, I don't know, with storks. And I remember when my parents did like the most funniest thing. When it was like 17, 18 years old, I was going to the school, and one day I go to the school, I open like book, and I see there is a condom there. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, why there is a condom there? Okay, then I open my bag, I'm taking out some where the pencils are, and the condoms are like falling out. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Then I'm just checking my like this coat. I see the condoms in there. I was like, what is happening? And then I went home. I was like, Mom, do you want to say something? Yeah, we had like a talk with Dad, and right now you are in this age, and that's why we decided that it's better that you protect yourself, so we put it everywhere. And the same was with cigarettes, because I was, it was also like funny, because I was living with my grandmother, and there was one guy I wanted to try how it's to try like a cigarette to smoke, and I was like also 17 years old. And and at that time he bought Prima. There was something like really like very bad quality cigarettes. And I tried the cigarette, and I hide it under my grandmother's bed. This, and she found out, and she told my parents. And also one day I come home, and I check my bag, and then there is like the package of cigarettes there, and then I see somewhere in my bag, and I said, what the fuck is going on? And they said, we were talking with Dad, you're growing up, it's better that you smoke like a good stuff, not this Prima, which is really bad stuff. I was like, oh my gosh. So yeah, my parents were using these kind of methods, and I don't know if these are the best ones, but this is the way how we were just like communicating about sex, and we didn't have this one-on-one conversation, how it is, how you do. It was basically you found out by doing.
Yeah. Well, I was the same. For me, it was the same. I remember when my mom and my dad came to give me the talk, I had already had sex. And I was like, what the fuck is this? And I thought they knew.
Okay.
Because it was pretty obvious. I had a girlfriend, she would stay at my place all the time. What do you think we were doing playing Nintendo? Like it was, but yeah, those were the dark times, the pre phone times. Because that's the thing that right now a lot of people can learn from the phone.
Yeah.
Like if I didn't have a place where to Google and see the stuff. But yeah, but that's funny. Okay, so and you feel it's changing because of the youth.
I think, yeah, now we are, because also of internet, because all the information, you just Google, you get everything. And this also has helped also to talk about sexuality. Also, these people, for example, on Instagram, there are famous people whom you can follow. For example, at my time, I didn't know what is gay. I didn't have any person whom to look after. Yeah. And now, for example, there is a Lady Gaga, she talks about these themes. You just go watch an interview and you have more clearer vision about all kind of subjects. But at that time, you go to library, and if you find like sneak, you see some kind of book, you just, because you don't want that nobody sees that you are reading about sex, and you're like this. And now you go in your private home, I don't know, in private room, you just open like Google and you can check everything. Yeah, because of the internet, because of the generation, because right now sex is somehow some kind of conversations about the sex is part of life and part of communication.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's more easier to talk. And
but you do feel that the new generation feels different about sex than the older one.
I think, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is mine. Just,
yeah. Okay. Yeah. No. Fair enough. You grew up. It was Soviet times, yeah.
Yes.
When you were born here. Because my movie talks about sexuality in a way. How was it back then?
Yeah, it was really, really hard. Yeah.
Okay.
I went really through that dark times when I was little, because I didn't know. First of all, you are young, you are a kid, you don't know anything about the world. You start to understand what is world, what are these people, what is happening here, what I have to do here. Yeah. And besides that you don't know what you are doing, what is this life, and what's happening here. Yeah. Besides that, there are people who are asking you questions about your sexuality and pointing your fingers and calling you the names and so on. And also that, and I don't know who am I don't know what I like boys or I like girls, how can I know? I don't know. And also these questions, plus you have to go to school, you have to make homeworks, you have to be the best in the family, you have to be like this. There's so much pressure to this young kids. So there were moments when I was really thinking also, and I did, and I'm also talking that in there's nothing to be scared or to be afraid to talk about, but I'm really open also about that. I have made I have tried to make suicide 2 times in my life, because the pressure was so huge and so big that I didn't know what to do, where I be, and they are just asking, who are you? You like boys? You like girls? You like boys? And yeah, there was really, really dark times, and I remember there were 2 years when I was going to the school, because from my home to school there were 10 minutes walk. And I was going every day, these 10 minutes, praying, God, please God, help me to survive this day at the school. Help me, yeah.
But was particularly difficult in school?
Yeah, because there were physical. No, there were like physical also punches and.
But it was from the other kids, or
from other kids also.
And what would the teachers would do?
And I didn't, because I thought this is my life, this is my situation, I have to deal with this situation by myself, and I didn't go to the parents. Maybe I was stupid at that time, but I didn't want to show parents that I cannot cope with these situations. Okay. And I didn't tell parents, I didn't go to tell teacher, I was going through this alone, because I think this is my life, I have to be responsible about what is happening, and I was ashamed to talk about this. Okay. And 2 years this happened, and I was praying every day, please, nobody please touch me in the school and so on and so on. But at the end it ended with the police and with a really huge case in our school, and but it ended. And it happened that there were times that those people dragged me out from the feet out of the classroom.
Okay.
And one of my siblings, she saw that, and she went to my teacher and told her that I had and actually, you know what was the most funny part? That the director of the school was my godmother.
Okay.
And I didn't have the guts to go and to tell her.
Okay.
And because I was ashamed, about all this situation. But it really ended, and it's good that with some of these people who did these really horrible things, when I was older, I had like conclusion, and
Okay.
I have been talking and speaking about this, and we are right now on good terms. And also right now, when I'm grown up, I look at these experiences, and I'm thankful for these experiences, because also these experiences help me to develop me and help me to grow myself as a person I am now. And if I wouldn't have these experiences, probably I would be a totally different person.
Yeah.
And I'm really good where I am now.
Okay.
So I'm thankful for that, what happened. Yeah. But it was hard.
Wow. Wow, sounds like a nightmare. Like in my country, it's a little bit, we do a lot of bullying. The thing is that it's for everybody.
Yeah.
So it's different in a way that I feel, because I heard from another, from Patricia, we had a podcast, and she had also bullying. She was also bullied. But I was telling her, like, the difference is, like, for me, it didn't feel it was happening to me. It was just felt that it's happening to everybody, and you have to learn how to punch back and this kind of things. And there was nothing, and I also feel that in Latin America, we know how far to push until you're gonna break. Nobody's gonna, like, you're very, very bullied. It's every day, all the time, telling them, all the time. But it's not there's certain things, nobody's gonna be saying anything about your, I don't know, sick mom or your brother that is kind of crazy, or nobody's gonna be touching those kind of things. They're gonna go after you, so it's kind of different. Yeah. But I hear this and I'm like, damn, it's complicated. Yeah, because, you know, I have been seeing it from the other side as a foreigner who's living here, that it's just like there's certain subjects that people they just don't, they pretend that they don't exist, but it feels so childish, because it feels like, because you put the dirt under the rock doesn't mean that there's no dirt. We know it's there, so. Self-discovery. Do you have any tips for people who are, because you clearly have better yourself, deal with some dark times, some come out stronger. Do you have any tips, any way how you approach this?
One of the things which I can really suggest people to do is that it's really important to listen to your parents, it's important to listen into your friends, but the most important thing is to listen to yourself and to your heart. And what I do is that usually when I'm feeling down, there is tendency for the people to get attraction to, okay, if I'm feeling down, I'm going outside with my friends. I'm going outside for adventure. I'm going to have sex, or we are going outside to get away from this feeling down. What I'm starting to do, and it really helps, I'm trying to be in calmness within myself. Even if it's sad times in my life, I go to the core and I'm trying to spend time with myself. And while I'm exploring myself and going through these emotions with myself, it's really easy start to listen to your heart, because all these outside attractions I'm always pulling aside. I'm more going within myself. And this is the key. How I can learn to listen to my heart, just to for example, I go with the tents for a weekend alone in the forest near the sea, and I spend time with myself without the phone, without any attractions, and just sometimes it's boring, sometimes it's like, oh my gosh, what I'm doing, this is shitty weather, I'm in the tent, but I'm trying to be with myself, and I'm always get something out of this experience. And it's always about connecting with myself, and these moments when you're calm, alone, with and within yourself, it always you go closer with your heart. Something like that. This works for me.
Good tip. Work-life balance. Do you have any tips on that? Like, how much do you like? Because you're saying, oh, sometimes I just want to go on Saturday just to be chilling in the beach and.
This is also some issue where I'm working right now because I really suck at this. Because there's always, it's no matter it's Saturday, Sunday, people are always asking you the questions, and I have this guilt if I see that in WhatsApp there are these numbers, you know. Yeah. I'll read messages or an email. I'm like this. I want to read it. I want to clean image in my phone that there are no answers. That's why I'm always like answering. I know it's like mistake. But I think the perfect formula would be that on Saturdays and Sundays I'm switching off the phone. I'm just trying to be in the present moment. I'm trying to be with the person. I'm trying not to think about work. And then, but I'm not doing that. I want to be there. I'm working on that, but I really suck on that. And also, yeah, when we are, okay, they have some rules at our house. When we are eating, we are putting phones aside. We are eating, we are having this moment at the table for us, not for the other people. There are some rules, but sometimes...
It's hard. It's hard to keep them. Yeah. Well, for me with work, it's the same. Like, for me, it's just, I don't have an off switch. And do you have the problem when you go on vacation? Can you go on vacation?
Yes, I go. And then I enjoy, but also then when there is call. But you know what I do? And now I'm doing that almost for like 4 or 5 years. My phone is always on quiet mode, like always. And I don't like, oh my gosh, hi clients. but sometimes it's like this when I don't know, when I see the phone number which I don't know, which is like unknown number is calling me, I get some anxiety, something like that, because I don't know what I will get there. So I see that the phone is calling. I never answer it, never. Yeah. But I answer only on my terms, on my time, when I want to answer and when I want to talk. Okay. And this is what I'm doing, because I'm also the person who is, when somebody calls and asks me, I'm always saying I'm the yes person. I'm always saying yes, and for me it's hard to say no. Yeah. And I'm dealing with this right now, and I'm trying to say no. But when the person, hi, we are calling from Bitte, do you want this this special offer? And so, and do you have 5 minutes to talk? And I don't have these 5 minutes, but I'm just, feel empathy towards that person who works, who has a job. It's like, yes, I have. And I was like, oh, I don't have. And I was like, yes, I'm trying to be polite. And I'm so then, yes, I'm taking this offer because, and I'm starting to work on that because I hate that. And then I have these millions offers at home, and then I have to pay for this. And I said, why did I say yes to that? And this, but now I'm working that. It's getting easier because I'm a people pleaser also, and I hate that.
I'll give you a tip, but this is how I do it. I see the thing, hello, is Bitte? Off. That's it.
No, but I cannot do that. Because I have also, you know why I cannot do that? Because I have also been in the position where I have been calling people, asking people. I have been washing the floors. I have been washing the dishes. And listen, I know those people, what they are
That's
feeling.
why I do it, because so many people hang up on me that I have like hang up credit until 90. Yeah, like that's why I do it. I'm like ruthless. I'm like, no. And even in the street, like if I'm very... and I get it. And I get it because, they're doing their job. I don't get pissed, for example. Like, do you know the Lord Jesus Christ or whatever? 2 guys came very neatly dressed. And I'm like, no, brother, nor do I want to. And I just move on. I understand they have to do it. There's a lot of my friends that they get pissed if somebody like I've had friends that if they call them on their phone to give, how did you get my phone? Like, don't call me. Take me out of that. They get really mad that they get called without their permission. I don't go as far as that, but I have no heart.
But I've been always talking with them. I have bought all the books which they are selling in the States, all the sweets I have everywhere. But now I'm just trying, but also when I'm saying no, it's like, oh no, this time, I hate it. But I am like this, and I understand because I have been in the position also where I have been 6 months in Denmark. I was going on the streets and collecting donations and asking people money because there was this project when I needed to ask the money for the people. They give me money for my project in Zambia, a child's health project, for me to go there. And 6 months I was doing that, and it's like the most horrible job ever because you feel these emotions, people you're giving this negativity, and I have been there, so I know what they are going through, so I want to be the positive example in this day. That I go home and they said, oh, this guy with this pink outfit, he bought this sweet and he was really nice. So I want to be this person, what I'm thinking.
Movies. How are you with Latvian movies? What do you think about it? What was how's your feeling about the movie industry?
I like where it goes, and I think every year each movie are coming better and better and better because we can see there's some investments. Those people have got somewhere money, and it's good. And I like Latvian movies, and I'm always trying to support. But yeah, I want that. I really wish for some people. Maybe that has already happened, but I don't know. That some of the movie like really goes outside and just like blooms and goes outside of our country and really gets recognition from critics and it goes viral. And I want, because we have beautiful people, we have creative people, we have a lot of strong people with really nice ideas and creative minds, and I really wish that the success is not only in Latvia, but it goes also outside of Latvia. Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm trying to do.
Yes, and I wish you all the success. I really hope that it just goes. We need it.
We need
Oscar. We need
Oscar. Yeah, for sure. I agree 1000%. The movie's gonna come out on the 13th of December. Okay. On the cinemas, for sure you'll receive an invitation. Yeah. So, and I think the premiere is gonna be before on the 11th or something, but we don't have it. But we'll let you know. This is the trailer. We wanted to record a live reaction with you. Get the phone, you know how to play it, and this is what we did.
Okay, let's go. 3, 2, 1.
Esmu visu nakti plānojis. Tā būs pat labākā balīte. Es nevaru sagaidīt.
I thought he was coming in tomorrow.
I'm Simon.
Do you know it's not appropriate for a married woman to hang out with other men?
I would never go out with you.
It's proven that human beings are not supposed to consume dairy.
If you would taste it, you would know that's not true.
The more you deny, the sure I'll be just like me. The more you deny, the sure I'll be just like me.
Are you having an orgasm already?
The real question is, do you love dairies?
Of course I do.
Well, then that's it.
Yes, I'm vulgar for sure.
Patricia is singing.
Yes.
Nē, es aizmirsus man kaut ko pastāstīt.
I love it. I want to
Thank
see
you.
it.
Thank you.
It's really interesting, and I think I know the main character also, like the guy. I think I have seen also.
The movie's a little bit in Latvian. It's like 35% talking Latvian. The rest is in English. But I have the same goal as you, what you were saying. We're trying to make things to show what we can do overseas and bring more people to do stuff here.
Yeah, because what I saw, I really like the quality, and I like the idea of this concept about this little bit cheating and so on. It's interesting, also for me.
Kasher, thank you for that conversation. It was really amazing. Handshake again. But I'm gonna tell you, really, really good to hear about your process, about everything you have gone through. It was amazing that we were able to meet each other, and I love that the conversation is there for posterity. Whoever wants to see this, they can know how you work a little bit, what you have been going through. And we want to invite everybody to watch the movie Vulgar. It's going to be in December 13 on the cinemas. And can't wait to. I would love. I'm gonna have a chat with you after you see the movie to hear your thoughts on everything. Perfect. And thank you for coming again. And it was just a pleasure, great conversation. And guys, see you next time.